So here's a funny story. One day I wake up and there's an armored personnel carrier right outside my house. I tweet about it, and next thing I know, I'm a citizen journalist. So my name is Solomon King, and I am the creative director and founder of Elemental Edge and the CEO of Node 6. I am here purely by mistake. Just in the same way that I found myself tweeting to an audience of thousands. I was just minding my own business, trying to find my way back home, and I tweeted, and before I knew it, hundreds of people were literally following my every word. So, a little background and context. On the 10th of September 2009, Kampala and surrounding districts erupted in riot. The president of the country had refused the Prime Minister Paul Katikiro of Uganda for visiting a neighboring district. And unfortunately, this angered a lot of Uganda, and they felt that the best way they could retaliate was to riot. What followed were a few days of anarchy, of chaos, of death, and most importantly, there was a total media blackout. And the total media blackout is what we are going to look at, because it was very important, because we had literally hundreds of thousands of Ugandans, expatriates, tourists who had no idea what was going on in the country and even why it was going on in the first place. So there was a total, there was no centralized information point online until Twitter came along. The very first tweet that I sent out was purely just something that I thought that would be really cool. We're walking back home with my housemate, and we basically noticed that the people who were walking behind us were moving a little faster than us. And so we turned and looked behind, and we noticed that there was a full-scale stampede behind us. There were lots of cars, lots of borders, lots of people all rushing in our direction. So we ran for our lives, and Twitter was asking you, what are you doing? So I tweeted, we're running for our lives. The next day, when I managed to finally get onto the internet, I found that we had a lot of, I had gotten a lot of followers. My follower count jumped to a humble 400 in the space of about 2-3 days. But what was even more important was that we had a lot more people who were doing the exact same thing that I was doing. They were talking about the experiences, they were talking about, they were giving their opinions, they were sharing it on Twitter, Facebook, and on blogs. And hashtags were born like #Uganda-Witness, and we basically realized that all this information was being collected on Twitter and disseminated on Twitter and blogs. So the question we ask ourselves again is, what is participatory, what is citizen journalism? Now, first of all, I'm not an expert on journalism. Better people qualified to do that. I'm not an expert on citizen journalism, and I'm not sure if I'm a good citizen anyway. But what I do know is that citizen journalism has many names. Some of them are street journalism, participatory journalism, democratic journalism. But what it all boils down to is the average member of the public, untrained completely in professional journalism, plays an important role in the collection, aggregation, verification, and dissemination of information. And they basically become ad hoc journalists. So by that very definition, we realized that we have had rudimentary citizen journalists. As long as you phone into a talk show, as long as you call up a TV station to give your opinion, as long as you send a letter to the editor, you're a citizen journalist. But with the proliferation of the internet, we have had a lot more tools that have allowed us to participate more in citizen journalism because the internet has changed the playing field. We have phones that allow us to upload pictures, videos, to send text, to interact in real time with our friends and colleagues, and it has greatly affected the way people collect and report information. So, what is the impact of citizen journalism right now? The biggest impact we have is on journalism itself, traditional media house journalism. I'd like to read for you this great quote that I found in a book called We Media, that is a very good white paper on citizen journalism. It says journalism finds itself at a rare moment in history where for the first time its role as gatekeeper of the news is threatened not just by new technology and competitors, but potentially by the very audience themselves. So, we have seen traditional media attempt to rise up to the role of citizen journalists, attempt to harness the power of citizen journalists. A good example is CNN's report, where they collect lots of information from different people and then post it in their feeds. So, on our local society here in Uganda, as we are, one of the impacts of citizen journalism that we have seen is we are able to access real-time information because immediately after the riots, there was an influx of Twitter users, Facebook users, people started blogging, people started sharing their opinions online, and we were able now to access a real-time news stream of what was happening. And we believe that it's a very powerful tool for future happenings, like let's say the next election. Also, we can tap into the hive mind. By hive mind, I mean that we as the citizen journalists, because of the discrete pieces of information that we have, we know a lot more than what an independent media production house would know. And if we find a way of collecting and harnessing that information and putting it in one place, then it becomes a whole plethora of information that is immediately more relevant and more accessible than traditional media outlets. Now, we cannot be censored. This is something that is very critical. The media blackout happened because the government shut down a few radio stations and they were censoring the TV stations, they were editing some of the news. And all this information was known, but there was nothing we could do about it. On the other hand, you cannot shut down hundreds of websites, however much you try. You cannot shut them down because unless you control them, they will always be rerouted, there are always proxies that can redirect this information. But again, we need to be careful. We have seen very poor examples of how citizen journalism can be detrimental. One of the biggest issues we have is because the internet is an economy whose currency is attention, we have a lot of people who are trying to get the most attention at any given time. And that means that they sacrifice some of their journalistic ethics to provide information that is scintillating or exciting, that garners them more attention. And biggest example was the recent happenings at Portugal, where it was discovered that the person who had actually tweeted the most up-to-date information had embellished pretty much half of it and falsified the rest. So, this is only the beginning. We need technology and tools to help us improve citizen journalism issue. Currently we have blog aggregators, we have UgandaVoice.net, which was mapping out crisis occurrences. Retailers have given us the tools to provide free, to be able to tweet free on Facebook. We have status security that allows us to update our Facebook statuses. All these things are important to the advent of citizen journalism. But most importantly, we need the help of trained journalists, because they are the ones who are able to verify facts, to distinguish fact from fiction, and to help us make sense of the chaos that everyone is putting out there. And with that, thank you.